Hi everybody. So I just wanted to do a little video here and just kind of talk about the progress I've made for 2025. And all of this you're going to hear is literally me. There's no fancy backgrounds, there's no fancy editing, nothing like that. Just me by myself talking. So as you know, 2025 is rapidly coming to an end very quickly. I can't believe it's that time already where we're moving into a new year. It's pretty crazy to think. And I was doing a bit of self-reflecting the other day of the amount of progress I've made, but not only as a human being, but I feel like I have changed as a person. Like I've matured so much, which is something I should be really proud of because I have to say, 2025 this year has been, let's just say, quite a year. I've had my I've had my highs, I've had bumps on the road, especially I've had days where I was just mentally not there. I was just so overwhelmed with these big feelings of being stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, and it really kind of kind of took over me for a little bit, which really kind of damaged me in a way. But 2025, I think, putting aside the negatives, looking at the positives, it's actually been a really good year because not only I have changed in terms of my confidence and my skills, but I've really changed as a human being and as a person because I have to say, when I was about 11 years old, I was quite the person because I remember in school, I was quite the handful. I used to get very argumentative with people and just I used to be quite angry. I had so much anger in me, which I just don't know why I was. And I, to be honest, with all that happening, I didn't really have many friends when I was that age because it seemed like people didn't want to be around someone like that, which kind of like it kind of damaged me in a way and people might say, maybe people just don't know why they act that way, or something like, you know, there must be a reason why that they act that way. It's just the way they are. But for me, I have no idea why I was like that at that age. Like, I, I every day thinking about it, I just think to myself, why was I like that? Why did I act the way I did back then? Like, what could I have done to have prevented that happening? Which is something that, like, and I've been thinking about that for quite a while now because, when I was that age, I was quite the handful as a person. I used to get very angry, didn't have many friends. People didn't seem to want to be around me. But I think one of the reasons why I was because was I just, I just, I just didn't know how to regulate emotions. I didn't know how to connect with friends. And it was tough though because I didn't want to be that way. I wanted to have friends who supported me and gave me the best advice, but every single time I tried that, it just came across as a way that people didn't like it. But over the years, especially 7 years onward, I'm incredibly proud of how much progress I've made because I've matured and grown so much as a person. I have so many friends I speak to. I talk to people, I engage with people's conversations, and it's really changed me because think about it 7 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to have done that at all. I would have been all haywire and stuff. But now, 2025, going on to 2026, it's the amount of progress I've made within with that span of time is honestly quite remarkable, and it's something that I should be so proud of because people sometimes people may think, oh, that happened in the past, I should forget about it. It wasn't, that's that. But for me, I'm always about improving and how I could have prevented that happening. Every day, I think of, I speak to myself, think to myself, why did I act that way? Why was I behaving that way? What had the urge of me to act the way I did to people? There must be something there. And I think, not trying to make this into a big story, but someone who has ADHD, it is the most grueling thing ever because, sometimes when your ADHD takes over, it can really drain everything out of you, and it's tough. It really is tough. And I think, I just think that despite that, I mean, again, thinking where I am now, the amount of progress I've made throughout that period of time is incredible. I don't take that lightly, and I don't want anyone to think this is me being over dramatic or anything, because this is me. This is me talking about how I am, how much I've grown without throughout this whole year, and even just like as a person for those years ago. And I hope anyone who sees this video knows that they are amazing. You may have had some times where you wasn't at your best, but that's okay because we're all human. That's part of life. No one is perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. And another skill I'm really proud of is how much I've like taken accountability, because again, back then I would have been very defensive about stuff and other things. But every time I make a mistake, I put my hands up and I say, you know what, I did that. I take full responsibility for that, and I apologize. That was my fault. I take all the responsibility that happened with that, and it's just yeah. I just think that I think we should be like that. We should just, and I think 2025, as well as some of the other years, has really changed me, and I will forever be grateful for that, because like thinking about it now, if you just I don't know what to say, but I'm just so incredibly proud of how much I've came as a person, and I just want people to feel that way, just because I think whatever happened this year, whether it be good or bad or in between, I just want people to know that everything is okay. Whatever happened, you're here now. It's been a great 2025, and just yeah, I just want people to feel good about themselves, and I've always have, and I hope that people feel that way. So, I that's what I'm hoping for, and with 2026 is coming soon, and again, I want to like be the best person I can be. Like, I don't want to pretend I'm someone else, which I'm not. I just want to be me, just be who I am, and just gain the skills that I'm hoping to get. I want to have an amazing life ahead of me. I'm not trying to think far too ahead. I will always think about it when when I'm crossing the bridge, or when I'm at that bridge. But yeah, I just think that 2026 already, I have a good feeling about this year, and I just know it's going to be a good year for me. I'm going to have a great year, and as long as I'm staying who I am, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm lively, I'm just myself. That is all I could have asked for, and I just hope anyone who watches this video out there feels that same way, and just know that you are amazing. You're amazing. Okay, you've done so well to come this far, and I just hope that you gain all the skills and the goals you want for the new year, and I really hope you get them. So with that, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to this little video, and honestly, this was just a little video for me just to talk about how far I've came as a person, and I hope that this resonates with people, and I really hope it does, and I will forever be grateful for the amount of progress I've made within those few years. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and take care. Roll on 2026. It's going to be an amazing year. Have an amazing rest of your day.